Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis is ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold up, we just saying hi. Five somebody rise up. Weekdays catch us live. Somebody let's go.
Happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Hope you guys are all doing well out there. Enjoying your day. Enjoying your weekend. Hopefully it's been fire. Hopefully it's been productive. Hopefully it's been a good one. Okay? I missed all y'all. There's so much we got to talk about. And this weekend was just a little bit of a busy one for me, just to be completely honest. But I'm happy to be here with you guys to talk about all the things that we do know so far, things that we don't know, the obvious pending questions that we got still burning in the back of our minds, which is like, where the hell is this woman? Where's Leilani? Is she still in the crib hanging out with the family? Or did she kick rocks? Is she out here in these wilderness streets and we just don't know? Okay, so there's a lot that we got to talk about. Yes, I know there's been a lot of other updates about other things like the Stockton cereal. Okay, there's some new updates about that as well from yesterday. Sorry, I was not anywhere near a computer or anywhere near any of that, so I wasn't able to do any of that new stuff and updates. So I will be doing a pop-up video about that here a little bit later to give you guys the information that you need revolving around the Stockton cereal. Okay, but we are here to talk about this main thing. It's a big conversation. Still burning questions revolving around Quentin Simon, this young, he wasn't even 2 years old yet. That, of course, now police have said he is deceased, and yet police still don't have his remains, which is very interesting. Nonetheless, we got to jump into this, so let's get this conversation going. Again, I appreciate all y'all for being here. Do me a solid before we continue, just a little bit of housekeeping. You know how it is. Okay, you know the procedure. Hit that like button down below. Send it past 200 likes really quick. That really mean the world to me. All right? Hit that like button real quick. Crush it. Make it scream out your damn name. And, of course, do not forget to crush that subscribe button as well. Okay? If you're watching this show for the very first time, hello. Happy Sunday and welcome to the Pascal Show. I talk about everything from pop culture to political to controversial, everything on this show, true crime as well. We talk about everything on this show. And trust me, there's a lot of content that is just a lot of topics that have come up that we need to talk about here very soon as well. So be on the lookout for that. Hit that notification bell as well so you know whenever I upload, whenever I go live, or have a new update on any breaking news. So please do that for me too, okay? Anyway, and of course, check out PascalMerch.com. You can get a dope hoodie just like this one and then some over there as well. So please go check that out. It would be greatly appreciated. Anyway, we got to jump into this show. And again, happy Sunday to every last single one of you beautiful people that are coming into the show, watching the show right now. I appreciate all y'all for being here. Real talk. Without you guys here, there would be no show, or it would just be me talking crazy to a wall. You know, without you, I would have nothing. Okay. You know, so I appreciate you guys. Anyway, we got to jump into this, guys. Now, we already know that Quentin Simon is a young, almost 2-year-old boy, baby, for crying out loud, that went missing out in Savannah, Georgia. The parents, or the mother, Leilani Simon, said that he basically walked out the door and went missing. Obviously, there's been a slew of different things that have come up. A lot of new stories, things that were debunking what Leilani was saying at the time. There's been a lot of drama, which we've also seen here on this show as well, and on other channels too. I'm not going to sit here and not give credit to other channels, because there have been other channels that have been doing amazing jobs at covering this case as well. But we've all seen the altercation that was happening between the grandmother of Quentin and the babysitter, right? So there's a lot of stuff that's been percolating in these in that area's streets for a little bit now. But as of Friday, we had finally found out that, which was trash in my personal opinion, but we had finally found out that police were saying, yes, we did find out, we have clues and evidence that gives us a better idea of what happened to Quentin. We have an idea. We have an idea that he is no longer here on this planet, that he is deceased. But one of the craziest things I've ever heard is that they said, we've heard that he is no longer here. We have come to believe that he is deceased, yet they have no body. Okay? Not nobody. Like zero, no physical evidence of this child. Nobody. Period. Yet they're sitting here saying that they feel that he is no longer here. Evidence has proven otherwise, which is very, very strange to me. Now, of course, I'm giving you guys very, very broad strokes. I'm not really jumping into the details, which we will get into here very, very shortly. But it is a very frustrating. I don't know about you guys, if you guys watched the press conference with me. I know a lot of people were streaming and doing a watch party of the press conference as a family in their respective channels as well. But if you were watching it on my show, you knew for a fact how I felt. Okay, I thought the press conference was absolute 110% trash. It was a nothing burger. I like saying that a lot when it comes to, hey, you got somebody coming up doing something. It's very important, right? We're gonna do a press conference and we're gonna talk about everything. And then when you finally get to the moment for them to actually give us information that we need, they say absolutely bupkis. They say nothing. Nothing comes out of their mouth. Whole lot of red tape jargon to basically say, we've worked so hard. We're working, thank you to the FBI and so on, so on, so on, so on. Instead of actually saying, okay, we don't know anything yet, y'all. We're still working on it. Trust me, we're working diligently. Not only just the local PD, but we also got FBI on this. All the 5-0 is working on this diligently to try to find out what truthfully happened to this young boy. But instead, we got red tape BS. Okay, thank you to the Academy. I'd like to thank the Academy for giving us this award type of BS jargon bull crap. Okay, so if you saw my watch party, you knew exactly how I felt about this. Okay, now there's been new information, new developing stuff. Okay, events, things that have happened over the past 48 hours that I absolutely think are complete trash. Some of it is trash. Some of it is absolutely shocking. Again, I'm going to say it's absolutely shocking. What's interesting is it's not shocking because we know who we're dealing with, but it's shocking because you can't believe somebody would be doing this. Trust me, sit back, grab your coffee, your mimosa, or whatever you might be brunching right now. You feel me? Whatever you're doing, sit back, relax. We got some things we're going to be going into here very, very shortly. And I'm telling you, these details, this information will absolutely shock you, period. But then again, it's like, well, we are dealing with her. So are we shocked? So that's what I mean by you're not going to be shocked, but it's still shocking. Okay? So let's get into this stuff, okay? Now, we already know that Leilani allegedly, I guess, somehow confessed. See, that's the thing. 5-0 has not come up to us and said, yes, or, during the press conference, it's not like they literally said, oh, Leilani definitely confessed to everything. She said she did it, and blah, blah, blah. No, they're very vague, okay? But we did get a text message from, or there was a text message exchange with another content creator, allegedly, where Billy Joe, the grandmother, said, oh, Quentin is dead. My daughter, Leilani, she done did it. He's in a landfill type thing. And of course, all of us, even myself, we hopped on that story quick. I was live within seconds about that. And we're sitting there talking about this, and I'm going, and we're going like, is this real or not? Now, what's interesting is that around the same time, understandably, I can see why. But the Chatham County Police Department did come out with a statement in a text message basically saying, hey, just a heads up for y'all to know, we have evidence, we have information that has led us to believe that Quentin Simon is deceased. Doesn't say he is without a shadow of a doubt has passed away. We identified the body. No, they just say we have evidence and we have belief that he is no longer here. What was that? Who said that? Who told that? What was the information that made them believe that Quentin Simon is no longer alive? Now, you have, and I can understand them coming out with that information because of Billy Joe, her screenshot. Somebody screenshot that thing and it went viral. Everybody and their mama was on that. Like I said, I was on it. We were all together going, scratching our heads going, what actually happened here? How is she saying this and saying that Leilani confessed? And then on top of that, Leilani allegedly doesn't remember doing this, yet she does remember doing it. She remembers. See, that's the thing. It's the weirdest catch-22 thing I've ever seen, which is she says she believes, or she says she unalived Quentin, but she doesn't remember doing it. Yet you do remember unaliving your kid. Somebody make that make sense. Okay? But nonetheless, this is what Billy Joe said in that text message. Okay? So I get that Chatham County Police had to get in front of it and address that, saying we have information that leads us to believe type situation. So they do the press conference. And even during this press conference, it's very vague. They're telling us, yes, we have information to believe that he is deceased. We do not have his body, but we believe that he is. We're just going on a, just on a theory, on a hunch. Then when they ask where Leilani is, which is the title of the thumbnail you see, they say, they basically gave another vague answer, but then they said, we don't believe that she's the type to run away. She's not a flight risk. Not at all. I'm sorry. If you got someone who is a prime suspect, as they said, that took the life of their own baby, and how they did such thing, which is for her, she took a baby that was no longer on this planet, took that baby's remains, this baby that she pushed out of her own body, by the way, stuffed it in a trash can, allegedly, and waited for garbage men to come pick up said trash can before she even made a fuss about, oh my gosh, where's Quentin? If you got somebody that's willing to do all of that brain work, you know for a fact that's the same type of person that will kick rocks. I'm saying it now. But you hear, the cops are going, they don't even know where she is right now. Okay? She's not in custody. She ain't in a holding cell. She ain't in the confession, in the room, in an interrogation room, just chilling in there, sleeping on a cot. No, they don't know where she is. And yet they don't feel that she is a flight risk. Okay. Very, very crazy stuff. All right. Wild and crazy stuff. Again. Now, I'm sorry for saying all this off the like just kind of a rant, but at the same time, I wanted you guys to kind of hear what I'm thinking in my mind, what's been ruminating and taking up space in my brain for the past 48 hours. Set 48, 72 hours, actually. All right. So this to me is crazy. Okay. But now we got more crazy information, which proves, oh my gosh, not only Leilani, but it seems like the grandma was not fit. Like just both of them are not fit to have custody over any of these children. Again, it makes no sense to me. Okay. Now, there is something that is a few, like a day or two old, which I'm going to show you guys here. But this is one of the ex baby daddies. Okay. It's a baby daddy, one of Leilani's baby daddies, ex boyfriend. Okay. He allegedly spoke out and he had some things to say about Leilani and her. She's got a very troubled past. Let's just say that. Very troubled past. And still, she's still in the same vicinity, still the same house with these children. It's crazy to me. But let's take a look at this, okay? Let's take a look at this, shall we? Troubled past. Simon's mom, Leilani, tried to, can't say that word, unfortunately, but she tried to do this thing with kids nearby, and Tyler's brother had some bruises, the ex claims. Now, like, to me, I mean, I got some things to say about this, and this is just off of the title alone, okay? If there were some problems, and we haven't even got into it, but if you are allegedly, if I'm correct, he is the father of one of the children. If I'm correct, okay, if he's one of the baby daddies, if he's one of the BDs, what held him back from actually trying to get custody or taking this kid away so that that kid can be safe? Okay, I'm just asking for a friend. Okay. It does make me wonder. Hold on one second. I got to pull this up real quick. Danny D, thank you so much for gifting one membership. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so very much. I appreciate the support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Looks like Tyler just got gifted by Danny D. Thank you so much, Danny D. I appreciate that, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So, and welcome back, Tyler, because I know you were a member for a second and then now you a member again, bruh. Okay. So anyway, let's get into this, okay? I appreciate all the support and all that. And for those of y'all who may know this, trust me, we're going to be getting more up to date on things that we know that are more fresh and new. But this is something that did catch my eye over the weekend. Didn't get a chance to cover it over this past weekend. So I figured, let me just do it all in one show. We're going to do it live. Okay. So Tyler's brother had bruises, X claims. Okay. So a dad has expressed his deep concern about his son's safety and is questioning everything after his little boy's mom was named as the sole suspect in the presumed unaliving of one of her other children. Again, let me just say this one more time. I'm sorry if I sound like a broken record. I don't care. All right? You got a dad. He a papa. He a BD. He a baby daddy. Okay? He out here knows about Leilani. He's saying some stuff here he's going to be saying here. Why ain't you getting out here and taking care of your damn kid? This is your baby too. This is your baby too. But now he's worried. Now he's worried about this. When I tell you the stuff we got in here, man, now you worried? Man, this mother lover better be catching cases too. We're talking about kids, y'all. Man, the safety of these children. I'm sorry. But what the hell is this? Okay. Let me get into the article before I have a stroke. Okay, but let's get into this. So police in Chatham County, Georgia, said on Thursday that Leilani's Simon is the primary suspect in the one-year-old Quentin Simon's mysterious disappearance, and the evidence suggests that he is no longer here, which we already know about all this. This is the BD. All right. It's in my thumbnail too, but this is the BD that has come out to say some things. His name is Cody Wharton. Okay. And this is his son, Zane, chilling in the cut. Okay. He's the one who had a child with Leilani. Okay. All right. And of course, this right here, let me just show you this. This is Zane with Leilani. And then this, of course, we already know, is Quentin. That poor kid. Real talk, poor kid. So Simon's ex-boyfriend, Cody, who co-parents their son Zane, said he noticed bruises on his face after he claimed that she tried to OD while she was unhappy, while she was depressed last spring. He told the U.S. Sun, or he told the Sun in an exclusive interview. Wharton, like I said, what? So now you telling this stuff. Now you coming up. Okay. Wharton, who dated Simon on and off since 2011, before they split, said he hasn't slept since police publicly named her as a primary suspect in Quentin's October 5th disappearance. I'm sorry, you should have lost sleep right when the kid showed up with bruises on his face. I don't give a damn. You're telling me now you're getting worried? Oh, now? I'd be worried about that way before then. Because it could have been Zane. Let me just say that again. It could have been Zane. Period. All right. Zane needs to be with me. Oh, really? I want to make sure he's safe, Wharton said. I'm not sleeping. I'm at a point where he needs to be with me. You're okay. Sorry, I don't mean to react on every single thing that this guy says, but I don't have patience for this kind of. All right. Even now, I'm questioning everything. Is he hurt? What is he doing? I don't want to get a call saying your son is hurt or going to the hospital. Warren claimed when Simon was allegedly depressed, when Leilani was allegedly depressed and tried to OD, he noticed bruises on Zane when he picked him up, but thought the marks were simply caused by him being rambunctious. Let me just say this. Let me just show you this. Rambunctious. Interesting word. To me, I call BS. Sorry. That's sorry. Now you're just you're backseat parenting, in my personal opinion. Okay? Sorry. You know about this, you know about the baby mama's history. She has some issues, so on and so forth. Totally understandable when it comes to that. But when you start putting your hands or there's mysterious bruises showing up on your baby, your child, that's when you should be starting to ask questions with the quickness. This is backseat parenting. I should have done this. Now it's already too late. Again, this could have been Zane. This whole situation could have been Zane. I don't care. It's frustrating. It's frustrating to me. I don't know what happened. He continues. I don't know what happened. I don't know how long, quote unquote, the in parentheses, the bruises were there, he said. And when she was talking about ODing, that scared me because my son was there. But what if she had OD'd and I couldn't get there for 2 hours? She's always been unpredictable. This is what he said talking about Leilani. I'm just going to highlight this real quick, and I'm going to come back to it in a second. But I wasn't worried about Zane's safety until all this started going on. She was a good mother. I don't know what happened. Okay. She's always been unpredictable. Okay? And no, we ain't talking about unpredictable Jamie Foxx. Okay? We talking about unpredictable. Remember in the interview with the grandparents, with Billy Joe and the stepfather or the grandfather. Okay. And her husband, I'm sorry. She literally said there are times when she's good, and then there's times when she's really, really bad. So they've been known all about this. And the thing is this is my issue. The lack of responsibility, or the lack of wanting to take responsibility, taking the lead of parenting your own child. Again, she's always been unpredictable. You've been known this. You see bruises on your child. You know that she tried to do something to herself. She tried to take her own self whilst the kids were around, using hardcore, you know, things, substances, to try to take her own life. Yet those were not red flags to maybe see if you can get majority custody over your child that clearly is not in a safe and healthy environment. You telling me she's always been unpredictable? What? So that just justifies everything? You already know that she deals with depression. She tried to do something to herself, unthinkable to herself. And yet now you're trying to sit here and say, oh, yeah, she's just always been unpredictable. Now I'm worried about it because, Quentin went missing. Now Quentin went missing. Now I'm worried about it. When you should have been worried about this a long time ago. When you saw Zane with the bruises, when you saw any of these things, when she tried to do something to herself, that should have been the moment where you said, I'm out. I'm taking my kid and we're going. I'm taking full custody. Back off. This is sad. But I want to say this too real quick before we continue. This is a tale as old as time. We hear this story all the time of parents or people who make permanent choices with temporary people, have children with them. They're irresponsible themselves, most likely. Don't want to pick up the ball if the partner whom they've created a child with has dropped it. They just let it sit there because they got their own selfish reasons why they can't parent, pick up that drop ball and take care of the child the right way. Oh, they're too busy getting laid, or it's my job. I got to do this, that, and the third. Y'all, this is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. And I feel in my mind, things like this could have changed. Quentin may not have happened if maybe these signs were actually really taken seriously. Also, the other thing too, let me just say this too. This also goes to the grandma too. There were plenty of opportunities. We saw the babysitter step up and say things, saying, "Hey, I saw things," or supplies were not here. There'd be, there'd be bruises on them, so on and so forth. I made it known to the grandmother, and still nothing would happen. Right? CPS or DFACS, I think is what is the other one, the other way you call it, was called on them. Still nothing. It's just strange to me that you have all these warning signs and yet no one's proactive. They sit back and they chill. And then this kid goes missing. And now this baby daddy, Zane's baby daddy, now gives a damn. Now, when you got a woman who tried to take her own life by taking copious amounts of substances with the children in the house with her, that is an unfit person. That is an unfit parent. And that is a huge red flag, which makes you go and do things post haste, toot sweet, not just sit there and just let it be what it is, and then now give a damn when one of your other siblings, one of your other kids' siblings comes up missing. That's just ridiculous to me. Just ridiculous. So, during the interview, continuing on the article, during the interview, Warren struggled to find words to describe how he was feeling as he replayed every perceived oddity in a stream of consciousness that now he realizes might have been red flags. No kidding, right? Now, okay. For example, one past summer, he claimed Simon, or Leilani, was quote unquote overwhelmed, and when he picked up his son, and all he had was winter clothes in the summer. Okay, nothing scares me like this. Right now, I want custody. I need to hold my son. I need to see him with my own eyes and make sure he's safe. This is what he said. But he also admits getting full custody is not a simple task, as there are a lot of obstacles in his way. Wharton claims authorities told him to fly from New York to Georgia to take a DNA test to prove he's the father, hire a lawyer to get custody through the courts, and legitimize the father-son relationship. So he ain't even around. Okay? Again, he ain't even around. It's unclear who's currently caring for Zane and Simon's other child, which we do have a little bit of information about that as well. While police continue their investigation into Quentin's disappearance, nothing scares me like this. This is what Cody said. I knew my son was going to be taken care of, but I'm not even sure her parents can take care of him. Interesting. If he was with me, it would give me a calm mind. He deserves a good life and a life full of opportunity. I feel like he's not getting that right now. He hasn't been getting that at all. Let me just tell you that right now, Cody, just so you know. But the thing is if you just backseat parenting, you just off on the side, you should have been out here trying to rescue this kid a long ass time ago. That's just, but what's crazy is, yeah, Rosewood, they're saying, and I don't know if it's he might not even be the father. I think it's just trying to show proof positive that he is the child, or that child is his. Sorry. Okay. So after their on and on relationship, Cody and Leilani split, but co-parented their son Zane. Simon has been Leilani, sorry, has since been in a relationship with Danny, which we already know. And Danny picked up kick rocks and left to Atlanta. He gone. Okay, he out. He chucked up the deuces. He gone. Okay, and that is a huge telling sign of he knew something. He knows something. Okay, and has had 2 other children with him and another man. So Cody said she seemed fine when they spoke last month. She was saying she was excited about moving to a new house and seemed to have her head on her shoulders. And then now this happened, Cody said. He claims he didn't know Simon's grandparents filed legal papers to remove Simon, or Leilani, and Danny from her Savannah home. Her grandparents alleged they destroyed the property, and at this point, no one is living in peace, which we already saw or talked about this before, and this was filed in a legal action on September 8th. Now, obviously, one of the main things that a lot of people are still trying to figure out is why the hell hasn't Leilani been arrested? Police and the FBI didn't answer specific questions during Thursday's brief press conference, which ended after about 5 minutes. Yeah, like I said, it was a nothing burger. All right. That led to a flurry of questions from the public on social media about why Leilani wasn't in handcuffs, as they shared fears she may flee, which I still feel like she will flee. Okay, that's just my thoughts. Police said they don't believe she's a flight risk because they'll likely have her under surveillance former FBI agent Jennifer Coffindaffer. Shout out to Jennifer, a friend of the show. This is what she told the Sun. Simon hasn't been arrested or charged, Leilani, okay, as of Friday morning. And Coffindaffer said police are likely gathering more evidence to ensure a conviction. If in my mind I go, if she literally said, I did it, to me, that's enough. But obviously I ain't the law, okay? They're not done with the investigation yet, the field agent said. They have one opportunity to charge someone and make those charges stick to a conviction. Right now, it's all circumstantial. They're likely going through phone records, searching for the body, obviously, like, where's the body, yo? And waiting for forensic test results before making an arrest. They want to have all the evidence first. The 1-year-old hasn't been seen since October 5th, which is a short amount of time to collect and process evidence collected from the house and inside the family pool, according to Coffindaffer, which we saw them drain the pool. Yes, they are dusting the entire house for prints, etc. They're doing everything they can. But the one thing I will say, the one thing that would help them find out more of the truth of what actually happened to this young boy is if they found the body. Just find the body. But apparently, from what I'm hearing through the grapevine, through the rumor mill, is that they haven't even gone into the landfill to start looking for this young boy's body. They haven't even begun. They haven't even scratched the surface on searching for this young boy, which is wild to me. Chloe's mom just said, I hope they keep a better eye on her than Brian Laundrie. Now, let me just say this. Apparently, they don't know where this chick is. Apparently, they don't know where she is at all. She could be inside that house. But let me tell you something. And I'm asking to the fam, my beautiful, beautiful fam. Okay? Now, I'm not trying to spread any rumors, okay? I don't want you guys to think that I'm, I ain't trying to stir no pots at all. What they know so far is that they just have not seen, she has not emerged. Now, she could be hiding in her family's home. But so far, from what I've seen, and there's other content creators that are literally camped outside their home. If there was a sighting of this woman, it would be all over the place. If there was a sighting of her walking out of that house, that thing would be shared like crazy. TikTok, Twitter, IG, Facebook, YouTube's. Everybody would be streaming it right now, going, there she is, walking out the house. But right now, no one has seen her. But let me ask you this, okay? Let me ask you this. Let me ask my fam, my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful fam. Do you really think she's still in that house with a grandma like this, with a Billy Joe type of energy? Do you think she's going to be inside that house? In my personal opinion, hell to the no. Hell no, she ain't going to be in that house. Unless, I don't know, unless Billy Joe found through the grace of every powerful being on this planet, with the grace of God. I mean, I'm telling you, more than just the grace of God. She's allowing her daughter, whom she's claimed is the one who took the life of this young boy, to stay in her house, cool about it. You telling me she gonna be cool about it? Billy Joe would. Did you see what she did to the babysitter? Like, real talk, she attacked Diana, the babysitter. Real talk. You think she gonna chill? You think she gonna let Leilani in that crib, sleeping on that bed, under the same roof? Whom you obviously could tell, Billy Joe was extremely passionate and loved Quentin deeply. Probably more than the woman that pushed the kid out. You're telling me Leilani's going to be able to have comfortable nights in that house? Somebody, I mean, just go ahead, fire off in the comment section, fam, because to me, ain't no way she be in that house. If I had that, if that is the energy of Billy Joe, who you clearly can see as a firecracker, you really think she gonna let Leilani stay in that crib, eating her food, sitting there watching her TV, using up all her internets, breathing in her personal freedom? Hell no. No. Okay? No. Period. So I'm still waiting to see something. And I'm still waiting to see Leilani poke out somewhere on that property. But I guarantee you, she is not at that house. And if she is, I will be surprised. Okay? Because I don't know how Billy Joe is going to just be cool with that. She had a problem with somebody. She had a hunch, guys. It was a hunch. It was paranoia. It was anger. It was passion. And I understand everything. I get it. But that person lived across the street, down and across the street. She picked herself up, walked all the way over to Diana's house, bust through the doors, and got all up in her face, put her hands on her and everything. You don't think she ain't going to use that same energy towards the woman that literally took the child's life? You think she's going to be cool with just staying at the crib? Nah. Telling you, nah. And if she is, I'll be surprised. And and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I don't give a damn. But I'm just saying, in the speculation land, in the speculation world of speculations, okay, in speculationdom, there is no way that woman is going to let Leilani stay in that crib. Now, one other thing I will say, on this topic, this part of the topic, okay? Diana did do a live. I showed it in a show or in a pop-up video. She did do a live after there was information. The information came out about Quentin no longer being here. All right. And she did say that she heard people outside on the street having an argument. That it sounded like it was Leilani and like it sounded like the family was having an argument. And it was starting to thunder and storm outside and all that stuff. Right? You can't tell me she didn't like maybe hitch a ride with somebody through this passionate argument. You know for a fact the mom, I'm sorry, even myself, I couldn't do it. I could never let my own child, I'm sorry, I couldn't. If you took my grandchild, I couldn't let it, I just couldn't. I couldn't let you be in the same house with me. I'd be like, there's a Motel 6 down the street. Good luck. Like, I couldn't do it. Okay? I couldn't, personally. So I'd be like, kick rocks, go. There's a Motel 6 right around the corner. Enjoy yourself. I'm sure one of your baby daddies, one of your boys, one of your friends, maybe one of your friends that you go and do the recreationals with can let you stay and sleep on their couch. There's a couch everywhere in the world. Go and find one. Bye. I don't need to see you. I don't need that energy. Bye. That's just me, though. Okay? That's just crazy to me. Crazy. Sunflower Forever. First off, thank you. Thank you so much for the $50 super chat, super sticker. I really, really thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate it. And all super chats and super stickers are greatly appreciated. Again, please, guys, do me a favor. Go to pascalmerch.com. Like I said, see some people saying that they really like this hoodie, for example. Got a whole bunch of dope looking hoodies and t-shirts, tracksuits and all that stuff. Go and check it out. You know, tracksuits are making a huge comeback lately. So I made some really, really dope ones. Please go and check those things out. Be greatly appreciated. PascalMerch.com. Go get you some dope material. All right. And also one other thing, hit that like button down below. All right. Send it past 600 likes for me really quick. Okay. A like doesn't cost a thing, but it also helps with the algorithm, gets this story out here, gets the conversation moving. It really does. I really do appreciate it. And if you haven't done it yet, crush that subscribe button. Just hop over, or it's right underneath that red box that says subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Subscribe. Thank you. Okay. I really, really appreciate it. All right. So let's continue on. I just don't think, and I know everybody and their mom is scratching their head, trying to find out where the hell this woman is. No one's really seen this woman as of yet, but I'm hearing that there's going to be a hearing soon. And so maybe we'll be hearing something more very, very soon. Okay. Now, there is some more information. There is some more stuff. Hold up. Sorry, guys. Let me take that down. I have it a little bit better. All right. So there is some more stuff that has come out. Obviously, there's been new information revolving around Zayn and Sky. So now, let me show you this for now. So this is from Beth Investigates on Twitter, but it says here, Quentin Simon, Zayn and Sky have been taken into foster care and removed from Billy Joe and Leilani's custody. Thankful. Now, what sucks, let me just say this, though. What's really, really tragic about this situation is that now these kids are in the system. And I'm not sitting here saying that is all the way bad, but of course, if they could be put into the hands of somebody responsible, the rightful parents, that would be amazing. But it sounds like the baby daddies that are even terrible. They're not even a good choice. And that's terrible. So now kids are in the system. All right. So that's both Zayn and Sky. And that's probably the best information that we have for them as far as the kids. But that says something about the parents. Shoot, that even says something about the family in general, the relatives. The hell. But clearly, to me, I feel like they're looking into Billy Joe as well. Now, I'm not sitting here saying that Billy Joe did anything, but the fact that she had custody over the children, and yet she still let an unfit human being tend to those children for long periods of time as she was off in another state working. So I can see why they took the children even away from Billy Joe. And they're probably looking into maybe how these children were raised, if there was any type of DV with the children, so on and so forth. Because clearly there have been signs of that, like a mug already. You heard from Cody in that interview. Clearly, some very bad things are probably happening in that house. Maybe Billy Joe has nothing to do with that, but because of her lack of presence inside of that house, let's be real, that's very irresponsible too. Very irresponsible. But continue on this tweet. Thankfully, the children are safe and away from evil, and whilst they may remember or not, they will have their own recovery to make, and they'll have their own recovery to make, and we can only hope they will be okay. Now, we do have this report that I'm going to be showing you guys in just a second. I gotta, because I can blow it up and make you guys see it, so that we can all see this together. Okay, but at the same time, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if Billy Joe, even the grandpa, okay, I wouldn't be surprised if they're looking into both of them right now, because let's be real, Those kids were in harm's way. There have been now reports of situations, seeing bruises, etc. Babysitter giving Billy Joe a heads up. And did Billy Joe do anything about that? No. Then on top of it, from what we've read in the interviews or in these reports, they're saying that she was trying to evict them, both both Leilani and Danny and the kids. It wasn't her trying to evict just Leilani and Danny. They were trying to evict all of them. So what does that say? And that's just according to one of the reports that we read a few days back. Now, that could be right or that could be completely wrong. We've heard other pieces of information that were not entirely correct when it came to the text message to the babysitter, Diana, etc. So maybe she was just trying to kick out Danny and Leilani. That could very well been it too. But no, I think she was just trying to get them all out. It was just too much, I guess. But take a look at these reports here. We're going to look at this together. Okay. So, hold on. So, Juvenile Court of Chatham County, State of Georgia. Okay. So, amended order transferring temporary legal custody following authorization for removal. So, law enforcement removed the above referenced children. This is for Zane and Sky. Okay. So Cody's kid and Danny's kid. All right. So removed from the house on October 12th, which was 4 days ago at approximately 6:30 p.m. And an officer of this court authorized the removal of the children from the home and the placement of the children in foster care because the children were in imminent danger of or neglect if they remained in the home. And that's the other thing. What else could have happened in this household? Was it a joint multi-generational attack, if for lack of a better word, on these children? Right? Was there DV just being passed down from generation to generation? You got to consider that as well. 1 second. I do have a member chat. Laura Estrada, thank you so much for being a member for the past 15 months. Laura Estrada, thank you so much. She says, Pascal, as a woman, I feel since the Roe v. Wade travesty, I am in quote unquote danger. This is a crazy power trip. Men are revisiting in this okay. Sorry. This is crazy. This is a crazy power trip. Men are revisiting in this country. Sorry, so dark. Yes. Okay. Well, Pascal, as a woman, I feel since the Roe v. Wade travesty, I am in danger. This crazy power trip men are revisiting in this country. Sorry, so dark. Yes, I mean the whole situation is extremely crazy. Okay, the whole thing is very, very crazy. Oh, okay. Sorry guys. The whole thing is absolutely crazy. All right, but this is why you need to not make permanent choices with temporary people. Okay. Sorry. Just saying that. It is a very, very, very dark time. We do live in a crazy, crazy time right now, for sure. But anyway, let's get into this, okay? Removal of children from the custodian was and remains necessary to safeguard the children's welfare. Continuation of the children in the home and or returning the children to the home would be contrary to the welfare of the children, and removal of the children is in the best interest of the children because a voluntary kinship care agreement with relatives became insufficient to ensure the safety of wealth and welfare of the children during a child demise investigation. The children's sibling, Quentin Simon, was reported missing on October 5th based upon information obtained in this course in the course of its missing child investigation. On October 12th, law enforcement notified DFCS and the family. It was proceeding with a child demise investigation. The children and the sibling were living in a home with the mother. The Danny, so Danny and the maternal grandmother, prior to the siblings' disappearance, the mother is a primary suspect of the death investigation, and other household members as well as relatives continue to be investigated for protective capacity. I mean, they're doing a deep dive into everybody. Okay, a deep dive into everybody. Everybody. That's crazy. Everyone is a suspect in this piece. The mother is a chronic unrehabilitated substance heir of snow and cannabis. I have to use code words, but you know what snow is, hopefully. Booger sugar, okay? She screened positive for and admitted use of snow and THC. Get this is crazy. At the birth of the child, Sky. This woman had a child while being high on snow and THC. She was in labor and she was effed up. Okay? Again, she screened positive for and admitted the use of booger sugar and THC at the birth of the child, Sky. She has continued to screen positive for booger sugar. Okay? Loving those powdered donuts. The mother has been diagnosed with bipolar disorder and anxiety disorder, for which she has not been receiving ongoing mental health treatment. I feel something in my bones already. Okay? I got something coming. We gonna talk about that here in a second. The maternal grandmother has a permanent guardianship order as to the child Zane, pursuant to documents from the juvenile court of Burke County. The maternal grandmother, Billy Joe, filed to provide adequate supervision for the child Zane by leaving the child Zane in a home in the care of the mother, a person the maternal grandmother knew or should have known was unfit to provide proper care while the maternal grandmother traveled out of state. Didn't I just say that? She failed. She failed. I'm going to repeat that again for all y'all in the nosebleed seats so that y'all understand. The maternal grandmother failed to provide adequate supervision for the child Zane, okay, by leaving the child Zane in the home in the care of the mother, who we already know was already giving birth whilst high, has anxiety disorder, bipolar disorder, and she's not seeking treatment for her mental health issues. She currently is still using that booger sugar around these kids. Okay. So, leaving the child Zane in the home in the care of the mother, which, like, by the way, you are going, hey, I want to have full custody over these kids because they need to be out of harm's way. But then you bring harm's way back into the house while you go across the state lines to work and let harm's way be in your house to watch said kids. That makes no sense to me, guys. So a person the maternal grandmother knew or should have known was unfit to provide proper care while the maternal grandmother traveled out of state. There's more. The Georgia Department of Human Services through the Chatham County Department of Family and Children Services made responsible efforts to prevent the removal of the child from the home and to make it possible for the children to return. Hmm. Okay, there is more. Including consulting with law enforcement, utilizing a voluntary kinship care agreement during the missing child investigation, attempting to verify the maternal grandmother's claim to permanent guardianship of the child Zane, and the sibling Quentin, confirming with the Cherokee Nation the child did not qualify as Indian children pursuant to the Indian Child Welfare Act, reviewing Child Protective Services history from other counties, as well as an ongoing family preservation services case, previously providing the mother with substance abuse rehabilitation treatment following in utero drug exposure of the child Zane. So, like, sorry, like I was saying before, even while she was pregnant, she was still using booger sugar. She was still using recreationals. And this family just said, "Oh yeah, she still loves her kids." What? This is an unfit mother. This is an unfit person. So I'm gonna roll that back, okay? Uh, Previously providing the mother with substance abuse rehabilitation treatment following the in utero drug exposure of the child, providing an updated substance abuse assessment and rehabilitation treatment following in utero drug exposure of the child Sky Watts, and requesting drug screening of the mother is therefore ordered pursuant to this OCGA that to protect the children temporary legal custody of the above referenced children be transferred to the Georgia Department of Human Services through the Chatham County Department of Family and Children Services pending further order of the court. It is further ordered the custodian is authorized to obtain physical examination, ordinary medical care, and such additional medical treatment and care, which, in the opinion of a licensed physician, requires prompt treatment for the care of the children. Now, what's crazy is that this report reveals a lot. Both children were born under the influence. Both children, it says, in utero drug exposure. Okay, and I hate to say that, but hate to say this, but you hear about these, you hear the babies that are born, addicted to, say, H or other harder drugs as well. This is exactly what has happened, at least what has happened to Zane and Sky. Repeatedly, this woman has a very vicious addiction. Very vicious. Very, very vicious addiction that she never found. There was never a moment, it seems, that she was sober. At least when it came to the birthing, obviously to the birthing of Zane and the birthing of Sky. We know nothing about Quentin. There's nothing in the report saying anything about Quentin. But clearly, this was a very unfit human being bringing children into the world. This is sad. And apparently there was at least DFCS or the CP or Child Protective Services going in and doing something, but then it didn't do anything. It didn't change anything. Nothing changed. Nothing changed. The only reason why these children are in the system right now is because Quentin is gone. Think about that. CPS or DFACS went in. What? They just walked in the place, did their due diligence, and then just said what? Nothing? They did nothing. This is so sad because you got a family. Like, you clearly can see that this is a very unfit group of people. Let's just say that. This is a group of very unfit human beings. Oh, and the other thing I want to say this is too. Where the papa's at? Where the papa's at? Why are they suddenly getting thrown into the system and not being sent to the pops, to all the baby daddies? Why is that? Again, this doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't make sense to me. Clearly, it shows to me, at least, that this family is very unfit. Think about it, guys. I'm going to say this again. In creative process, yes. Danny is allegedly in Atlanta with one of his boys, all right, with one of his friends. And I am trying to have a little bit, trying to be a little, somewhat respectful without, I'm still trying to be a gentleman about this situation. I have very colorful words I'd rather say right now, but I'm not going to say it. Okay. But you have a grandmother. The grandmother failed. Period. And if that gets me in trouble for saying that, shoot, that's what it says in legal documents, right? What I read. The grandmother failed. And it could have very well been a situation where she took custody over the children, or permanent. I forgot the phrase. Hold on, I'm trying to grab the thing. What was it? Permanent guardianship. Okay, she got a permanent guardianship of the children. What if she was getting permanent guardianship of the children because she was trying to help her daughter out, because she was going to lose the children either way? That could have very well been the situation too, where she's like, well, I know that these are her children. Why would I ever hold her? Why would I ever have the system rip the children from her own hands? Let's just say she did that out of the kindness of her heart. But you already know that this woman is unfit to begin with. You even said it in an interview. One of the very first interviews you said. You threw Leilani right under the bus, rightfully so. Ended up being right. But real talk, you had an opportunity. Like, there was an opportunity for you to basically say, maybe you're not fit to have these children. Or to have the conversation with maybe Danny or Cody and whatever, whoever the baby daddies are. And just having a conversation with them, basically saying, hey, you need to take over the children. But you can see that even the baby daddies aren't very that responsible either. From my understanding, I think Danny's trying to be a hip hop artist or something. I'm not sitting here saying that makes him a bad guy or makes him irresponsible, but is he out here trying to better his life for him, not only just for himself, but for his child as well? For Sky? Then the other dude is in another state. Cody's in another state. And if this child was of any importance to him, he'd be out here. He'd be out here. You have a whole bunch of extremely irresponsible people breeding. I'm sorry, I said it. These are all incredibly irresponsible human beings having children. Period. And then when all this bad things goes down, then everyone's pointing fingers at everybody else. They're not even looking at themselves too. There's been full-on signs of DV, full-on signs of A on these children. Period. And none of these parents stepped up and tried to save these children. Only until Quentin goes missing, that's when everyone gets out here. And these parents, the baby daddies, start coming out here and start acting like they give a damn. Now, here's the thing, though, too. Danny kicked rocks. He's in Atlanta. If he gave a damn about these kids, why ain't he watching those kids? Why didn't he take Sky with him? Why he kick rocks? Think about it. Think about it. I've got word said Danny passed the lie detector. Yeah, he did. But he's still the father. He still got Sky. Sky is his kid. His kid is Sky. Okay? That is his child. Cops aren't worried about him. I get it. Sure, he's been cleared. But his child is still at that house? Well, no, not anymore. That child's in the system now. But if he even gave a damn, that child would have been with him. He got up and he left. Why? Because some bad stuff happened. And he knows about it. Or at least he knows a little something. But let me play this again for you guys. Let me just let you guys in on something. You have a woman that already has a history of trying to do terrible things to themselves. She already has a history, a vicious history of abuse, of recreationals being in her body. So much so she did not give a damn about the livelihood or the health of her own children or what could happen to those children if she was to consume those recreationals. Then this young baby boy goes up and goes missing. She waits for, allegedly, this is what speculation is, she waits for the trash guys, the trash men, the garbage men to come and pick up the garbage. She waits a whole 3.5 hours before she starts making a fuss about wondering where Quentin is. And even after that, the idea of calling 911 didn't happen until after she had a conversation with Diana, the babysitter, in which the babysitter was like, yo, shouldn't you call the cops? That's when she started calling 911. Because she was trying to buy as much time as she could. This is the same person that Cody Wharton had a child with. He does an interview with the son, and he's saying to the son, oh, now I care about my child. I need to make sure my son is okay. I need to make sure Zane is out of harm's way. when that should have happened eons ago. That should not have happened now. But now, again, Zane and Sky are in the system right now. And this is the first time in a while where I'll sit, because it's not great that you have children being put in the system. It's not great. But their option is much better than going into the custody of their daddies. At least I think. I feel like a lot of very bad people went breeding. Or a group of temporary people made permanent choices together. And now we got a young boy who's gone because of negligence, because of lack thereof, because of laziness, and because of pure, unadulterated selfishness. I said it. It is very, very sad. So, absolutely crazy. This whole series of events, this whole story. Obviously, there's more information coming out. There are people here that are, of course, still going after the babysitter, which makes no sense to me at all as well. So I wanted to show you guys this video. I'm only showing you part one real quick, but this is a story. This is a situation that's weird. And according to Legacy, okay, sad to see she felt the need to do this video. Babysitter addressing her background report that was showed on YouTube creator page. Like I said, this woman has nothing to do with the disappearance of this young boy. Like none, zero, zilch, nada, zippity doodah. And yet people are still trying to go after her. And I get it. Sometimes news or updates to certain stories kind of move slow like molasses sometimes. But no matter what, this has nothing to do with her. And everyone needs to back off. Everyone needs to just focus on what's going on with Quentin and not on this babysitter. This woman has dedicated her time, her energy, her efforts to be a better parent than the people that were across the damn street. And that ain't even her kid. Let me show this to you guys real quick. Just shaking my damn head.
Good morning. I just wanted to come on here. I know there's been a lot of questions and messages about my record because some people put my record on social media last night. And that's okay because I have nothing to hide. She said in 1996 and 1998, I had battery. And I did. I do have that on my record. And I do have it twice. And the reason I have that is I was with someone that was abusive. And I finally got tired of it. And I started fighting back. And no, I did not hurt him. He was a lot bigger than me, but I did hit back. So that's where that comes from. Now, there was another incident, stolen property. I worked and someone was selling something. I didn't know it was stolen. They was moving. This was a long time ago. This was over 12 years ago, 13 years ago. And I bought it. And I got in trouble for dealing in stolen property. I didn't know it was stolen, but the cop said you always need a receipt. So I learned my lesson. I'm not perfect, but I've never been in trouble for hurting babies. I've had 6 kids of my own. I've never had DFACs take my kids. I've never hurt anyone. I just defended myself in the 90s. So for them to come on and bash me like they're doing, then they have a really, really big problem.
Okay, you get it. Okay, you see what's going on here. And let me just say this, guys. Leave her alone. No one's perfect. Everyone's made mistakes in their life. This is what life is all about, right? You make mistakes, you learn from those mistakes, and you become a better person. That's what life is all about, okay? She's never done anything to these children or anything like that, so why even bring up any of that stuff? This has nothing to do with bringing this young boy's remains home. This does not bring justice to Leilani or to bring justice to, Quentin. This doesn't bring Leilani to justice, okay? And anybody else that may be involved in this situation to justice, it doesn't. So it doesn't matter. So those are the people for those of you that are out here trying to make her life a living hell or trying to stir the pot and create drama where drama is not needed, stop. You're wasting some serious time and energy that has no merit. None. You know, this whole story, this whole situation is just absolutely mind-blowing to me. With all this information that we've gotten so far, what we've heard about this, and then of course everyone. This is the problem with the true crime. Like some of the people that are in the true crime community, because it's not like, I'm not even sitting here saying that I'm in the true crime community. I'm just kind of off to the side, and I just cover stories that strike my attention or strike my interest. But there's so many people out here that are in the true crime community that try to stir the pot for no reason, try to create drama where there's no drama needed, or or their whole page, their whole channel is just a speculation channel where they just come up with crazy conspiracy theories. I wouldn't be surprised if one of these guys out here that claim to be true crime YouTube creators, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody out here saying that Quentin's been abducted by aliens. I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, or that he was sacrificed, adrenochrome, whatever. Illuminati, whatever the hell it is, like the craziest stuff. And it's like, guys, this woman has nothing to do with this. Nothing. I mean, at least until proven otherwise. But all her receipts line up. In fact, her receipts are the ones that are actually exposing the family. Exposing Leilani. So people need to stop. Let her breathe. Let her live her life. She's also dealing with loss too. She lost that child just as much as the family lost that child. She cared and loved for that child. So leave her alone. That is not helping the situation at all, guys. At all. But real quick, guys, please do me a favor. Hit that like button down below. Send it past 1K. I see well over 1,400 people watching the show on all platforms, and I appreciate all y'all for being here. Okay, so if you're watching on Facebook, Twitter, or Twitch, please be sure to hit that follow button over there as well. Okay, that would be greatly appreciated. All right, but hit that like button if you're watching on YouTube. Send it past 1K real quick. Like I said, a like doesn't cost a doggone thing. Okay? I'd really appreciate it, okay? But yes. Excuse me. This is absolutely crazy. This story, and there's been nothing but and of course hit that subscribe button, please, too. Crush that subscribe button. But this is so strange that there have been breadcrumbs. There have been breadcrumbs, red flags, warnings, whatever you want to call it, that led up to this moment, led up to this devastating moment. There was full heads up about her way before. Her mental health issues, how she was not seeking help for those mental health issues. So she wasn't even on medication. She was self-medicating her bipolar disorder and her anxiety disorder by smoking and snorting her medication. So much that she was birthing children that were most likely addicted already to those specific things. Do you see what I'm saying? Crack babies, basically. Sorry for saying it. I have to say it. Children that were being born into this, addicted to those things because of how much she was doing those types of recreationals. Then you're hearing from a boyfriend or a baby daddy saying, oh, yeah, she once tried to take too much in the presence of the children. But no, that didn't worry me much. It only worried me when Quentin went missing. Breadcrumbs. Breadcrumbs leading all the way up to this. And still nothing. Nothing. Grandmama knew about this too. Remember. Grandmama knew about this too. And what happened? Nothing. Jilly 014, thank you so much for becoming a member. Welcome to the family. Thank you so very much. I really do appreciate it. But you got these children that were being born. They were being born addicted. Those children were not basically ripped from her. Billy Joe swept in, became the permanent guardian of, it looks like the permanent guardian of Zane, if I'm correct. And the main question I have in my mind, that's still the burning question in my mind right now, is why did she become the permanent guardian of that child or of the children and still have harm? Like because in a way, it's like you're taking that child away from harm's way, but why would you bring the problem into your home with the children? In my mind, I keep thinking she didn't want her daughter to go without having her children around her. And I mean, this is a theory, but I think she said, I will take permanent guardianship over the baby or over the babies. You can stay here and you'll have the kids. But I think maybe it was too much for her. Too much for Billy Joe and the stepdad or her, Billy Joe's husband. I mean, obviously that's a theory, but it doesn't make sense that she would literally leave that child or the children with an unfit person. Doesn't matter if they bore those children. Doesn't. That is an unfit human being that should not have been in the general vicinity of these children. That woman should have been proactive in finding sobriety, proactive in finding mental health, and yet none of those things happened from what I've seen, from what we've seen, and from what the reports are saying. She has an extremely vicious addiction. And she needs to find help fast. Or when she is incarcerated, I hope, if she is incarcerated, I hope she finds the help that she needs. Now, the other thing I want to say really quick, first off, Jilly 014, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I really do appreciate it. Thanks for being so nice about this terrible story. Love your channel. You're sweet. Thank you. I'm trying to be as much of a gentleman as I can because I mean, we don't have all the proof yet. We only have We only have reports, obviously some legal documents, etc., but we don't have everything yet. So I always try to go with trying to be a gentleman as much as possible here. But one thing I will say too is that she could walk. Think about it. They're already creating the narrative out here. And I'm not sitting here saying like she's Billy Joe's helping at all. I don't think she's going to help her daughter at all. But in that text that she put out, that everybody saw, we did a live about it. She said, hey, Leilani did it. She says she doesn't remember, though. What do you think? What kind of plea they're going to say? They're going to plead insanity, y'all. They're going to plead insanity. She is going to plead insanity. Listen, her bipolar disorder, she already has a history of that. She clearly is very, she's got her doctorate in THC and booger sugar. Okay. She is on it all the time. Okay. You don't think that they're going to say temporary insanity or just use the insanity plea and say, oh, I was so drugged up, I didn't realize that I did such and such and such and such. We could be looking at a Casey Anthony situation again. Real talk. LNC ain't wrong with that too. She may use postpartum depression as a defense. Come on. That's insane to me. Even William just said, of course she'll get off, just like Casey Anthony. Yeah. Oh, she wasn't thinking. She didn't know what she was doing, so on and so forth. Yet she does know that she did take his life. She just doesn't know how she did it. Like I said, and that's what I was saying earlier. I was like, oh, I'm going to get to that. I got my opinion on that. But yeah, Rosewood, Casey Anthony doing fine. She out here. She living her life. She out here, y'all. She out here. So apparently there will be, it says, which is very interesting. Let's take a look at this too. This is important. I forgot to say this at the end here. The preliminary protective hearing shall be on the 17th, which is tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The parties are hereby directed to appear at said hearing. This piece of information, actually, I'm going to show you guys on a little bit of a bigger thing, on a bigger screen, so that you guys can see it too. All y'all in the nosebleed seats and all y'all that are out here ear hustling too, so that you guys can actually see that as well. Because that is very important here. You want to know why I say this is very important? And yes, Farm Girl. Farm Girl's getting ahead of me just a little bit. So stop, Farm Girl. No, I'm kidding. But here it is, though. This is incredibly important information here. October 17th, which is tomorrow, at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, they're supposed to have a preliminary protective hearing. They say the parties are hereby directed to appear at said meeting. The reason why I say this is extremely important is because of this. Will Leilani show up? That'll be extremely telling. If Leilani shows up, pops up out of nowhere, which she is legally obligated, it is mandatory that she shows up to this hearing. It's mandatory that she shows up tomorrow. If she does not show up tomorrow, at this particular preliminary protective hearing at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, guess what? She don't show up, she kick rocks. Just saying. She out in these wilderness streets somewhere. If she doesn't show up, problems. Now, if she does show up, most definitely they will be cuffing her. They better. That'd be weird if she shows up and she walks out still a free woman. That's insane to me. But if she does not show up, again, everything comes down to tomorrow. If she does not show up tomorrow, you can bet your sweet ass she kick rocks. Now, oh, she has a cold, or she got the vid, she got the Rona. Doesn't matter. She needs to show up. Even if it's a Zoom call, whatever it is, she needs to show up. And if she doesn't show up, she kick rocks. Just so y'all know. Okay? That's the same thing with the with Billy Joe, etc. They all have to show up. Whoever's in this particular thing needs to show up. Billy Joe is definitely one of them that has to be there. So we will be looking. I know for a fact people are going to be looking tomorrow, right? They're going to be watching. If she veers her weary little head, okay? If she veers her allegedly murderous little head out of that house, then there will be a sighting of Leilani. If she's still in that house. But if she does not show up to that hearing, homegirl gone. And then we got another Brian Laundrie situation on our hands. There it is, y'all. There it is. But those are all facts, y'all. Those are all facts. That's the information that we have so far. I mean, there's a few things here and there. And of course, when I get more information, for a fact, I'll be talking about it here on the show. But for what we know so far, Corinne, let me say this 007. Let me say this really quick. If law enforcement shows up tomorrow and they still ain't got nothing on her, I've given up. I've given up on Chatham County, the Chatham County Police Department. I've given up on them. If they don't show up tomorrow with nothing but cases to throw at this girl's ass, and she shows up, I'm telling you, my mind will absolutely be blown. I'll be like, what? You really? She's walking again? How is this possible? They've had a couple days now. They've had a whole weekend. All right? They've had a whole weekend to figure this thing out. Remember, the officer said, oh, yeah, we only get one shot. This ain't Eminem, Mom Spaghetti, all right? Where do not miss your chance to blow. Get out of here. We only get one shot at this, guys. We only get one shot. Man, I hope you are 110% wrong. For the love of God, put something on her. There's a boy that's no longer here. All right? That died allegedly at the hands of the mother. Or at least the woman who gave birth to the child. And yet you're still going to let this woman still walk? There's going to be so many. If they don't put anything on her, the people in Chatham County, the people on the internets, these internet streets are going to be on fire tomorrow if nothing happens. If an arrest is not made tomorrow. I will say this though too. If the hearing is public, for a fact I'm going to be watching it live with all y'all. But from what I know, I don't think there's going to be anything live about this. So as soon as it gets done and it happens, I will be on to talk about it with my fam, as always. But right now, from what I understand, I think this hearing is going to be on the quiet for now. for now. And it could very well be just a Skype call or a Zoom call type of hearing. But then again, still, no matter what, I don't know. She needs to she needs to show up. Either it's to physically be there or through Zoom. But that doesn't make any sense. It's like, we need to go and, we need to go and arrest you right now. No, I think she physically has to be in the place. All right. But we'll see what happens. Matthew Giannotti just said, it's a preliminary hearing. Nothing will be decided. Well, yeah. Well, hopefully we're all wrong. You know what I mean? Hopefully she shows up and we find out something. But yeah, it's just we'll see what happens here. I really don't. You know what? Honestly, given the fact that it is a custody hearing, that this may mean nothing as well. That it just she may walk out. She may walk out free. She may walk out uncuffed. So we'll see what happens here. Matt just said if she does not show up, she will get a warrant for her arrest. Absolutely. But it'll be very interesting if she does not show up, because that tells me something else. That tells me Brian Laundrie vibes, and I'm hoping it doesn't go down that route. I'm hoping that she does the right thing. She shows up. She does the preliminary protective hearing, and if she walks out free, then she walks out free. But I think the general public needs to see her face, needs to see her physically doing something. Because if she does not show up, yes, rumors, theories, conspiracies, etc. are going to run rampant in these internet streets. So hopefully that's not the case here. Okay. So we'll see. Oops. And anytime, Vicky S., I appreciate you guys watching the show, for real. Oh, boy. What a crazy series of events this story has turned. I'm hoping that 5-0 gets on their ass, or gets off their ass, and starts looking for Quentin. That's just the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. That they, from what I'm hearing through rumors and the grapevine, that they haven't even started looking yet. Like they know exactly where he's supposed to be in, but they haven't even gone there and started to even look under a bag. It's just ridiculous to me. But like I said, more information will come out as time goes on. For a fact we'll be on this story like crazy. We'll be on this like glue. Okay. I do appreciate you guys for being here. All right. Do me that solid. Hit that like button down below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Be greatly appreciated. All right. And of course, please check out my merch page. I got some really, really great hoodies, t-shirts, etc. Some really great stuff over there. So please go and do that. All right. But go enjoy the rest of your Sunday, guys. Make it wonderful. Make it positive. Do something that just get your brain off of this story for a little bit. All right. And tomorrow, if there's more information, for a fact, I'll be on it, talking about it with all y'all and getting down to the nitty gritty and finding out what the hell actually is going on with this story. So hopefully we'll see her physically tomorrow, emerging from somewhere. And hopefully we just get closer to finding justice for this young boy. All right. But I appreciate all y'all for being here. Again, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. That'd be greatly appreciated. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. All right. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys in the next show. Happy Sunday, guys. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.